Amanda and Clay and their two children, Archie and Rose, live a comfortable upper middle class life in New York City. And like many New Yorkers, at some point they decide to leave the city to go on vacation. So they rent a house on Long Island in a secluded area. They go to the grocery store before, they stock the pantry, they're hanging out in the pool, in the hot tub, just getting used to the house. They're enjoying the safety and the security that the house provides. They're looking forward to spending a week there. And on the second night, there's a knock at the front door, and outside is an elderly black couple who are saying that this is their house. They own the rental property. They say that there was a blackout in New York City. They didn't feel comfortable staying at their apartment there, so they came out here for some safety. And, the area does not have cell service. The Wi-Fi at the house is going in and out, so they can't really access any information. They can't verify anything. So they're kind of all debating what is going on. Amanda and Clay are talking to each other. They have their own concerns. There's obviously some racial tension involved with that. GH and Ruth are kind of like, this is our house, we don't really want these people here, but we signed everything, they're supposed to be here for the week. So they're all in a very awkward position. And beyond the tension within the house, there's some looming threat on the outside. So that blackout in the city, they are experiencing wildlife acting kind of strange. They're hearing these loud noises. So there's definitely something going on beyond their own problems with each other. And so over the next few days, they're still living in the same house together. They're all kind of wary of each other, but trying to get to know each other. And they're all just trying to kind of figure out what on earth is going on. And Rumaan Alam, who is the author, beautifully captures that tension. His writing is, it's very detailed. It's very bodily. So there's, you can tell he's a parent just by the way that he's writing about, what the kids are doing, and, smells and noises, and it's just very detailed, and it really encapsulates a lot about vacations, about parenthood, and later on, about more intense subjects like race, or external threats that are potentially threatening humanity. Alam beautifully captures that with his writing. The characters are complex. The situation is, unique. It's not something that you necessarily think about when you're out on vacation. You don't really think, what if the property owners show up? What if we have to live with them for a few days? It's not something that you really think about. So it's a really original concept. So this book has been getting a lot of attention. It was nominated for the National Book Award. It's being made into a movie. And it's just been getting a lot of press. And I think it's all well-deserved. I think it's, such a poignant book for this year. It touches on a lot of issues that we've been seeing this year. And it really speaks to that tension and that anxiety that lives in those periods of, external threats and our own internal struggles. So whether that be, any racial tension between the characters or the looming threat of whatever is going on outside. So I think it's a great book. If you can read it this year, I think that really, helps connect to the material. But other than that, it's a beautifully written book, and I would highly recommend reading it. So this is Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam.